Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. So today what we're going to be doing is a really beautiful and fun 60s inspired look. It's a little bit more modern than it would have been back then, just because they wouldn't have had access to the same products that I'm going to show you today. So I've tried to make it a little bit more wearable for you, and I really hope you enjoy it. Thanks! Okay, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is prime our lids. So I'm just going to do that for you, and I'm going to use my Urban Decay priming potion, which is pretty much the primer that I use for all of my videos. Okay, and so what you want to do next, the palette that I'm going to be using today is a brand new Chanel palette. Okay, so the first colour that we're going to use is going to be the lightest pink shade, which is just here. And we're going to use a big fluffy shadow brush to sweep that all over the lid, and that's just going to allow you to cover a larger area in a short amount of time. So it's just the most effective way of doing things. Okay, the next step that we're going to do is we're going to want to take an angled brush, going to be using this one, and we're going to take the next shade along, which is a sort of taupey brown shade with a bit of shimmer in it. We're going to want to, if you can see, my crease is actually lower than where I've drawn it, so this is going to give the appearance of a more open-eyed look. Anything lower than that is actually going to close the eye. So we're just going to follow the shape of the eyelid round, like so, and then we're just going to flick it up to help to blend it in. What I've done on this side is I have actually flicked it out slightly, so I'm going to do the same just here for you. I'm going to take this brush that I used to apply the pink shade and just buff it, help to buff it in so we don't get any seams. Go. Okay, and the next colour that you're going to want to take is the beautiful purple shade. Goes with my headband. And you're going to want to follow the same shape. So the deepest part should be where we've drawn the crease. And then you sort of buff it upwards like so, and that's going to help blend it in so you don't have to work as hard. To blend it with your bigger brush. Okay, so it's looking good. Doesn't have to be perfect at this stage because we are going to add quite a few more colours, or layers at least. And then what you're going to do is take the last colour, the deepest sort of deep purple with flecks, and you're going to take that in the crease to deepen as well. Trying obviously to keep to the exact same shape that you've already drawn. Okay. And I am going to use the same brush with the darker purple with the flecks in, underneath, that we've just used, underneath the lash line on the lower lid. Okay, so taking this brush with the black, we're just going to follow the same shape as the other side, again focusing the darkest part in the crease, or the drawn in crease that we've created. Again, you're going to want to blend it upwards, just so that you don't have to do quite as much blending afterwards. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to take my liner now and I'm going to create the shape, and then I'm going to go back and tidy everything up. So I'm using the Bourjois Ultra Black liner, which is quite a good liner. I do prefer the one from Benefit though, I just don't have it at the moment. It's called Magic Ink, and it's just, I find the brush really easy to use, but everyone's different. Some people really like this. So we're going to create the same shape going up. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Highbrow from Benefit, Highbrow pencil, and this is a nice sort of creamy white with a little bit of a pink undertone, so it's not too unnatural. I'm going to take that in the waterline, and that's going to give a really beautiful big-eyed look, because it's going to look like the extension that the whites of your eyes are actually larger than they are, that they're taking up more space. Like so, which I've done on the other side. And then I'm going to take my liner, and this is an Urban Decay in 0 liner, it's a little mini one, and deepen the line that we've got underneath the eye, and that's going to accentuate that eye area. I'm also going to take it in the inner corner and underneath the lashes. Now you're going to want to curl your lashes. I've got some lash curlers from Uemura. I'm going to do that for you now. So we're really going to go for it with this mascara, because we do want a kind of doll-eyed, wide-eyed look. So you can see how quickly that this can be achieved. It's really not too hard. Then we're going to do the lashes underneath. So we're almost there now. All I did on this side that I haven't done here is I took my liner and I winged it out to create some false lashes. And the final few things that you're going to need to do is put some blusher on. With the 60's, it was quite a fresh face look, which is why I used the YSL, this is just a tester, the Touche Eclat foundation, to give a dewy, fresh look to the skin. And then I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Pot Rouge in powder pink. Just pop that on the apples of the cheeks. We don't want anything too overstated on the cheeks, which is why I chose this one with no glitter in it, because the main focus is of course the eyes. Then what I did is I put a little bit of foundation on my lips and blended it with the Pot Rouge, and this is going to create, because in the 60's they wore quite a chalky lip colour. They nuded those lips. So this is perhaps the kind of tone that they would have gone for. If you do want to make it a little bit more modern, then what I would suggest is going for a sort of glossy lipstick. I'm going to choose this one from Benefit, which is Swoonderful. This is still quite nude, to be honest, but it does have some glitter in, so it's really going to help pick up those colours in the eyes. And the only thing I've got left to do is fill in the brows and pop a little bit of bronzer on. So we're going to do the brows first, just shape them a little bit with a clean mascara wand. And I'm going to use the Zings Dark from Benefit. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, pop the bronzer on, which again is another Benefit product, which is Hoola. And just dust it elsewhere. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial today. I had a lot of fun doing it. Please let me know if you have. Just click the like button down below. And I'll see you guys very soon. Bye! Also, if you noticed and liked my nails today, I'm going to link you to my other video, which is a nail tutorial.